Next, we're going to be talking about the different financial statements for manufacturing companies. The balance sheet for manufacturing companies is very similar to the balance sheet that you've been doing this whole time. The only difference really is the inventory account on it. Everything else is the same. Therefore, we're only going to be looking at the inventory account and how that is different compared to what you've been doing. The first item is raw materials. We're still going to have the inventory account. It's just going to be broken down by these three items. Raw materials is the first one. These are materials that are waiting to be used in the product. We have not started working on it yet. It's just the supplies we need to make it. Next, we have work in process, or we better known as what's called the WIP, W-I-P, WIP. This is the product that we're making, and it's partially complete at the time of counting our inventory. It's inventory that we have started making, it's just not quite finished yet. The third category of inventory would be the stuff that's done. This is called finished goods. So we have completed products for sale. Everything on the balance sheet would be the same. We still have our assets, our liabilities, and our equity section. The only difference is inventory in our assets section will be broken up between these three accounts: raw materials, WIP, and finished goods. Next, we'll talk about the cost of goods manufactured schedule. This schedule is very similar to what an income statement would be. Basically, instead of having all of the expenses related to the factory on the income statement, we're going to put all of these expenses on a separate schedule, cost of goods manufactured schedule. It's going to list all the factory expenses. We're going to total it up, and the total of all those expenses will then be carried over to the income statement. This makes things a lot neater and organized. Instead of having all the expenses listed on the income statement, we'll have a separate schedule with just the manufacturing factory costs. What goes on it, we start off with the product costs, the ones that we just went over. So we have the direct materials, the direct labor, and the overhead. When you add this up, this is your total manufacturing costs. So all these expenses will go on there, as well as our beginning WIP, the work in process, minus the ending WIP. So it basically just shows us how our WIP has changed over the year from what we started with and what we ended with. So we're going to add that to it. So we take all of our product costs, material, labor, and overhead, add what our work in process balance was at the beginning of the year, minus what it was at the end of the year. This will give us our total cost of goods manufactured. And like I said, we're going to use this number to carry over onto the income statement. Which brings us to the income statement. Once again, the income statement is the same that you've been doing through all the other chapters up until this point. It's going to be looking like how a merchandiser would have it, by having sales minus cost of goods sold equaling our gross profit. Right? Remember that cost of goods sold is an expense. We kind of just pull it out from the other expenses to find where our gross profit is. And then we're going to subtract all other expenses and add any other revenues not related to the operations. That will give us our net income. This is all still the same. The only difference is going to be cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold is going to change slightly compared to what you've done in the past in accounting 1. Instead of just putting a number, here's your cost of goods sold, we're going to break it down by what makes up cost of goods sold. What we have is our beginning finished goods inventory. This is our finished goods inventory from the beginning of the year. We're going to add cost of goods manufactured. Remember, this comes from the cost of goods manufactured schedule on the previous slide. This is all of our manufacturing costs. When we add that together, we get the goods available for sale. We'll then subtract our finished goods ending inventory from the end of the year. This will give us our cost of goods sold. Now, in summary, the income statement is the same, except cost of goods sold will just be split up and it'll show the full picture on what is going on with it. Instead of just putting it on one line, it will be very detailed like this.